Hey everybody, I'm Robert Kennedy, the local field producer here for Trophyline, and today I wanted to bring you my pack dump from the perspective of one, self-filming, or two, filming for somebody else, which is what I get to do. So check it out. All right, first things first. I know I put the pack back on, but I want you to pay attention to this clip up here on my shoulder. This is a Peak Design clip, and it goes just like that. I'd actually usually have it setting down a little bit further, but that is to carry my camera in. If it sits down a little bit further, it doesn't get in the way of my draw with a bow, so you can be hunting with it as well, but I always have it accessible at all times when walking into the woods. Now this is my backup camera. You're looking at my nice one. So other than the camera being on my shoulder strap, usually where I carry it in, this is how I normally would pack it up. 2 sticks on the left, 1 on the right. That's my personal preference. Gets me to about 15 foot with my single step aider. And I got the Onyx platform. Now the reason why I put 1 stick on the right is because I will run a 360 camera, sometimes walking in, take the little cover off and boom, there it's at. And I can start rolling from my phone. If somebody was gonna get into self-filming, the first thing I would tell them, just buy a 360 camera. It's gonna cover all your bases and then you can move up from there. So that's just a little tidbit. Now I took the platform off first because the quick thing I wanna show you about this pack is one of the reasons I like this pack. There's multiple reasons, but one of them is because I can have a front access pocket to it. So I could access everything I've got inside of there if I needed to from the front. All right, let's imagine now we're up in the tree, standing on the platform, facing the tree. My pack is usually hanging on the right side of me. That's where I like it to be. That's my weak side shot, so it doesn't get in the way. How I hang my pack is a little Amstel daisy chain with a little carabiner. On the same pocket, I'll generally carry a small handsaw, which I've talked about before in some different videos. This is one of my favorite little units to carry with me, just to trim away, smaller trees or to be able to split like the pelvic area. It's a little slippery for the pelvic area, but it's nice. A couple hand warmers in the same pocket that I'll carry my Amstel in. If we work our way down, one more pocket on the side here, quick access from my side. I'll normally carry some sort of cover scent or an attractant with me. And it doesn't have to be this Evercalm stuff. The reason why I do use the Evercalm is because I'll make mock scrapes with it as well. It just kind of gets the scrape started. So that usually sits in my bottom pocket. If we move over to the other side, we've got one more pocket. This is where I'll keep all of my batteries for the main camera. As you can see, I've got this nice little organizer pouch. This is where all of my batteries will sit. And I'll leave that there all friggin' season, just so I know where they're at. The next pocket that I do carry stuff in is my top lid pocket. Not the main pouch, but the top lid. Inside of there is where I'll carry my headlamp. Normally I'll also carry a notebook and pen in there just because I'm a little weird, a little old school, but it's got a lot of notes for my camera stuff if I want to do something like that or if I want to make a note throughout the day during the hunting season. The last exterior pocket we're working with here is actually your hardcover case that keeps your platform in place. I don't keep too much in here, but what I do keep is a knife for if we're successful, but then I will carry an external battery, which is a 20,000 milliamp battery, lasts all day long, can charge my phone a handful of times, and a USB-C plug cord that'll be able to run to my 360 camera so that my 360 camera can run on loop record all day long. That's it for accessory pockets. Now let's move to the main compartment. Now I'm normally one to wear my saddle in, but you could be having it at the very top of this pocket. There's plenty of room in here for how much stuff I do have in here. To begin with, I'm already in the tree, remember? The first thing I have on top is my base to my camera arm. So this is gonna be the first thing I put on the tree after the pack is actually hanging and my bow is ready to go. And then I would pull my camera arm out, which I keep in the back sleeve of this pack. There's actually two sleeves in the back of this pack, and one of them gets you right up against the EVA foam that's in this pack, and I keep that camera arm in that sleeve. It's folded in half, that way it's just in a secure place. So there's a little inside pocket here where I keep my grunt tube. This is a Timber Freaks grunt tube. Yeah, it works good. And then I'll have a water bottle sitting on top for when you're thirsty. And then we start getting into some of the other camera gear. This is just a GoPro 7. This I'll sometimes run for a third angle. Or if I'm switching it up and hitting the ground and I want another angle on the ground, this will be coming out onto a tree limb. Now, we can break a whole bunch into lenses, but the one on the camera right now is a 24-105 f4. It's a great all-around lens for archery season, but when you're trying to stretch it out and get a little bit further distance, I run a 70-200, and this sucker is pretty much new to me a few months ago, but it is a beast and it's gonna be abused this year. I would like to get an even bigger one yet, but that's a whole different discussion. Oh, and I don't drink Crown Royal. Maybe sometimes, but not very often, but the bags are really great protective bags. Okay, next what we have in the bag, I will always bring, as crazy as it sounds, even in the early season, I will always bring one extra top layer, and I like to run a puffy. This is a Black Ovis puffy. It's really affordable. You can see I've really stained her up with some cooking around the fire, maybe it was some beaver grease. And the bottom of the bag, this is the last of what I really pack in my bag. I don't always bring this with me just because I don't have to, but my drone and drone controller that's still in there. This is the DJI Mini 3, and it packs so well in there, and it's all it is. Again, this is the gist of basically all of the self-filming or filming for other people equipment that I bring with me, and my hunting equipment on top of it. I know I could change it up a little bit and add more layering or more food, depending on the hunt that I'm going on, and this pack has the capability of doing that. It's a great pack. It's my personal favorite because of the protectiveness that it gives to all of my camera stuff inside, and the rigidity of it, and the space that you get from it. I mean, and all the mobile gear you get to carry with you as well. I know there's a lot of ands in there, but it's true. It's very capable. If you were looking for this pack on the website or the actual kit that I'm wearing or carrying with me, this is the Refuge kit and the Palisade pack. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't know what to do with my hands. If you don't think this pack is for you, feel free to check out the other pack dump videos that we have on YouTube or floating around social media, or you can head on over to trophyline.com to check out the wide array of packs that we have for mobile and saddle hunting. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something. Hope you learned how to pack my favorite pack. And again, I'm Robert Kennedy, the cool guy on the block, the one with a bunch of energy and acts like a child, even though I'm pretty sure I'm older than most. Thanks for watching.